We are moving right along, and our next up game is called Self: Formations of Gender Identity and Self in Africana Philosophy.
Ooh, yeah, I'm interested about this.
Interesting.
Okay.
On your learning goggles, everyone.
See if I can persuade this window to be captured.
I'll take a real quick bow break.
And I get rid
Jax,
of
don't
those.
forget to get up and stretch and stuff.
That's a good point.
Yeah, do a stretchy.
Okay, centered screen. Let's just make that a little bigger. Okay. Right. I don't know if this one has audio. Hopefully it does. We'll see. Before you arrive into your body, you exist in someone's imagination. Your spirit, some may say, essence. You have always been part of the world. And then you are born. Okay, there is no audio. I'm gonna just...
There's
you
also
are
no
not
stream on our
streaming.
end.
I am not streaming to y'all either, am I? Whoops.
Sorry.
There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna put something soft on in the background. If Pretzel
gonna
ever
be you.
decides to load. Meow. Hello, Pretzel!
Bum 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 bum
Okay.
bum. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Hold that thought while I find something soft on YouTube.
I may need to take a bit of a break on my end just to chill out for a bit. I've been bouncing in and out about a bunch.
Understandable.
Like, this has been rad, don't get me wrong, but
Oh,
also,
yeah.
Nah.
holy fuck!
I may take a break soonish myself because woof.
Like, at least a half hour, give me a lunch break, y'all.
Mhm.
Say for like making dinner, I've been out pretty much nonstop.
Mm-hmm. And this is again what we mean by, labor is more than just working. It's performing, it's writing, it's talking to y'all.
Mhm.
It takes energy, folks. Remember, healthy boundaries for yourself doesn't also just mean for your relationships and
Mhm.
your own self-care. It also means for your own work.
Mhm. Okay. I think you might want to stick around for this one, though, Cora, because this is... This promises to be interesting.
Alright.
You are not alone. One tree does not make a forest. I'm gonna...
JK 352.
Thank you. No, you are a self in relation to others. A gender is assigned to you, a name bestowed. At this point you are a child, becoming yourself, with very little choice at the moment. Hi, my name is Toluwani. My name means God's own child. I was born into the church, raised to be Christian, and I thought that was me for quite some time.
Jax, is this gonna hurt? Jax, if this is gonna hurt, I'm gonna hurt you.
I don't think so. There are communities waiting for you, a collective of people waiting to mold you, shape you, define yourself for you. A child is held to be the property of the community, and it is the community who are going to see to it that the individual child becomes a significant member of the community, an asset to all.
Jack.
What is it, honey?
Jack. My phone fell out of my pocket and into the litter box.
No! No!
Why does God smite me so? What have I done?
Ardith Hollow,
But
1996.
I
Tefo and
1996, I went to 23, Defo and Rue 171.
Emphasis on asset, because while you were molded and raised in your own unique way, the common thread amongst our relationships is our utility to one another. But some would have you believe you should become independent as soon as possible, that interconnectedness is weak. Some will tell you they were never interdependent in the first place. Angela Davis tells us that capitalism isolates us from both the means of production and each other. This system depends on women performing invisible care in nuclear family structures to prevent everything from falling apart. Davis, 162.
Hey, sleep well there, Mesmer. Thank you for coming and joining us.
Yeah, thank
Happy
you so
gay
much.
everyone.
Night.
Happy
Gay
gay-
bless us,
Happy-
everyone.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Happy Pride.
It's been a delight.
Also, Cozy. Oh, damn, I need to crank up the chaos.
Oh,
Kimmy, if you're listening, give me a more multiple
No.
word ban. joking,
No.
joking.
hi. I'm Dry. I don't have many memories of interacting with my neighbors growing up. I lived in a city of 3 million people, but didn't feel much of a community outside my family.
I'm joking, Kim. Please be gentle.
Maybe chug pilk, I guess. The existence of queer and trans people within cis-heteronormative contexts confirms it is possible for individuals to radically deviate from the norms of the community surrounding them. I chose the name Dry for myself, or I refined it, carved it out of what was given to me, Andrea. And as I take my own path, I hold traces of where and who I come from. A friend I met in college, Stone, helped suggest Dry to me. They chose their own name too. As I take my own path, I bring with me new communities I've found, built, been found by. The existence of queer and trans people within cis-heteronormative context confirms it is possible for... This is the same text. The recognition that alternatives can always be thought of with regard to the prevailing view liberates us from orthodox restraint on the one hand, but at the same time places us, intellectually speaking, in a little boat in the open sea with no safe harbour in sight. Tefo and Rue, 162. Deviating from your original community can be freeing and risky at the same time. Queer and trans people survive by finding community with each other.
The only way we have.
It is possible for you to create your own community. That is, indeed, how you define yourself. The concept of Ubuntu says being is becoming. The self is not a static being, but is constantly changing. We often view death as the biggest change of all, but perhaps the process of self continues. You're coming close to the end. The end of the self, some may say, is death. It is, more practically, the end of your utility to a capitalist society. Unless you left an endowment behind. Your physical self is severed from your communities, but you continue to exist in their imaginations. Besides, the spiritual material binary is a Western construction. Our ancestors are still part of the world, and so are you. Thanks for playing.
Oh,
Oh, I like that side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, building off of that, that's okay. So August is coming up, and August is Oban season, and Oban season is the big thing.
Mhm.
It's, I mean, I wish Nairi were here, and she'd probably tell it a lot more coherently than I will, because oh boy, like I generally don't celebrate Oban. I celebrate Day of the Dead because I'm Mexi Italian American, you know.
Mhm.
I try to reclaim a bit of my fucking heritage where I can. But the context is that the spirits of the dead come back and visit us, and we are able to appreciate them once again. Further, it is not uncommon within Shinto to talk about the Mitama-sama, which is I hesitate to use the word soul because that's not the right word for it.
Mhm.
But it is probably the easiest shorthand that I can that I can use for a Western audience. If I start sounding like Slavoj Žižek, I apologize. Analysis. Anyway,
Analysis.
thank you.
Mhm.
But the context is that our ancestors are still with us in one form or another, and that they gave to us some way to keep going forward. And I'm gonna just say this out to all you queer birds in the audience here at this time. If you feel that your grandmother or grandfather would not have accepted you and now they are gone, chances are they still would have. Chances are they would have rethought themselves. Do not be afraid to reach out to them into the context of your memories to them. They still live within you. And like to me, that's generally why I do things like Day of the Dead, why other people will do Oban, and so on and so forth. Reach out to your ancestors and learn how they survived and see how you can apply it to your life. Because we were all immigrants at one point or another.
It's a lovely thought.
Hey,
So,
it comes from a mixed woman with Mexican heritage living in America.
Mhm.
Anyway, I'm going to go take care of some physical needs of relaxing. Remember, folks, healthy boundaries are not only just between you and your friends, but also between you and your labor.
Mhm.
All right.
We've actually gained a little time on that one, so before we get into this, I'm just going to grab a extremely quick bite to eat, stretch a little bit, and I'll be right back. Sleep, take care of the audience first.
It's back to the Sleep Show. Hello, everybody.
Bye, Sleep.
I hope everybody's been enjoying themselves for whatever amount of time they've been here. We've got quite a bit left to go, actually, which is exciting. This is actually a game we played Yerevania 1 last year during our marathons. So when I saw there was a second one, I demanded that we play it. So we're gonna. This was cute. It was like a Metroidvania kind of thing, solving puzzles with all of our Gay Monster partners. So fun. All right, Binary Vixen, have a good time. Oh, and thank you for following. Thank you so much. That always helps us out so much. Thank you. Gosh, y'all have been so kind and cool and good. I'm looking at that $2,500 donation, and it's just blowing my mind. It blew my mind last year, and it did it again this year, because I figured last year must have been some kind of a fluke, but apparently not. Apparently y'all really are just that awesome. So I appreciate that. Oh, head pats, I appreciate those too. Thank you, a natural 20. Ah, Jack should have put this up on Parsec so I could entertain y'all properly. All I can really do now is make my mouth go up and down and out and in. Wobble 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 wobble. Wobble 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 wobble.
Wobble, wobble, wobble.
Well, if it isn't, look who it is. You're back.
It's look who it is. I'm back. A Binary Vixen, thank you for coming along. It's been lovely having you here. Okay, so, wow, I sound different. That's weird.
You do. You sound different.
Did Discord change your mic settings all of a sudden?
I don't think so. Am I louder?
You are louder.
You are louder, and I hear stuff from the
Yeah,
distance.
there's slight background noise.
How's that?
That's better.
That's back to normal.
Okay, good. I must have bumped my gain while I was unmuted.
Those gains.